Gielinor, the magical world of RuneScape. It's divided into chunks for easy use. Welcome to Chunkman Dead Die Kill, the series where I conquer the landmass of Gielinor by doing tasks and unlocking chunks. Last episode we completed 3 tasks to unlock 3 chunks. Those tasks were achieving another 25 level ups for a total of 1600, and the other 2 tasks were completing another 50 easy treasure trails for a total of 300 reward caskets opened. Our map expanded with the Venenetis chunk in the wilderness, a small island to the south of Fossil Island, and lastly the playing grounds of Trouble Brewing. Today we start off with a risky plan. I think it's time for a bit of a risk. We weren't doing the Crazy Archaeologist because it's over level 20 wilderness, so we cannot teleport immediately out if someone gets here. But we've pretty much run out of viable things to do. Well, we could do a lot more easy clues, but I think killing one Crazy Archaeologist now should be good. So let's hope nobody is on the way to the Crazy Archaeologist and we can return safely. So the inventory is pretty much best food, some prayer potions, some bind spells and some attack spells together with a teleport. Our gear is pretty much our best gear for magic, so let's hope this is going to go well. Let's cross the wilderness ditch and let's hope we don't see anyone. So we need to go around this chunk, as we have not unlocked that one yet. There he is, the Crazy Archaeologist. Let's attack him so we cannot get attacked. There we go. And now we just need to make sure we kill him and don't get hit too much. Okay, Giant Rat really wants a piece of us. Oh, there we go. Okay, good start. We already got hit by the Taste of Knowledge. Gotta keep looking at the map as well to see that nobody's here. Another Rain of Knowledge. Good dodge this time. There we go. That was our first kill and we get the rune crossbows and the combat achievement. Let's go out as soon as we can. Level 20, here we go. And back safely at home. Okay, it's a bit stupid that we got the rune crossbow drop at our first kill. But that's just how it goes, I guess. We have 2 spares now. We completed a medium combat task, Mage of the Ruin, so let's see what that is. Brought us up to 43. Okay, killing the archaeologist with just magical attack, so that's what we did. 2 others would be to kill it 10 times and to not get hit by the Rain of Knowledge, which we got hit once. So last one is then kill the Crazy Archaeologist 25 times. So these 3 tasks are actually very doable. And we only need 2 more for the next combat achievement task. But anyway, we did this to get our first task done for the crazy archaeologists. We killed them once. So let's go back to our spreadsheet and hope for a good new chunk on our map. A short task later, although it was a bit of a dangerous one if we would have met someone on our way there. But our 7th boss now has a task completed, so that was the first kill for the crazy archaeologist, 1 kill count. That was our 19th boss task in total, and it brought us up to 204 landmass chunks unlocked. And then back to our map. Last chunk we unlocked was the chunk with Venenatis in the wilderness, and that didn't really change much as we already had the adjacent chunks unlocked or have a possibility to unlock it. On the map I took the liberty here to unlock some of the water chunks in the southeastern quarter, as these were just leading nowhere, so might as well just unlock them so we don't roll those chunks. And I did the same thing here in the south, where we had already pushed to the borders here of the map. So this doesn't really change much, but hopefully we get less water chunk rolls this way. But anyway, we want a good chunk, somewhat a chunk here that's solitary, like the Caterpie chunk, the Kramdil chunk, some of the chunks here in Mauritania as well, some of the chunks here in Kandran would all be great, so let's hope we get one of those. But the chunk picker still decides for us, so what are we going to get? Pick a chunk. Okay, first of all, some water near Fossil Island. So that's a reroll. Pick a chunk. Some more water on the other side of Mauritania now. So that's another reroll. Pick a chunk. Ooh. And we get a part of the Haunted Woods, which means we should now be able to do Frankenstein's Castle quest, as we needed it to dig up some head over here. So this is a pretty good chunk, I'd say. With our newest unlock, this chunk over here, we should now be able to do the Creature of Frankenstein quest. To start the quest, let's talk to Dr. Frankenstein in the Frankenstein's castle to see what is going on over here. Apparently there is a job interview and we need to answer some questions, so okay. 2 weird questions, but apparently we got the job and that started the quest. Dr. Frankenstein has a fairly odd request for us, and that is to collect enough body parts, dead body parts, that he can use to bring them back to life. So we're going to scour the Mauritania continent here to find him his body parts. We don't really know anything about grave robbing, so might as well search this bookcase to see if there is a handy book, like the handy maggot avoidance techniques. Apparently grabbing that book opened a secret compartment and we found an obsidian amulet. Let's try the other bookcase. Here we have the Joy of Grave Digging, and apparently that also has a secret compartment, and we get a marble amulet. And we can apparently combine the two to get a star amulet. Okay. We do have a star amulet now, not really sure where we are going to use this yet. But we don't actually know where to get the body part from. We see a gardener ghost here without a head. So let's ask him where his body was buried, I guess, to get his body to give to the doctor. The gardener here says he lost his head while working for the doctor, and he agreed to show us where that happened. So let's go into the forest and see where the head is at. Halfway into the forest we notice that the next chunk is still locked, and that's where we need to be. So let's unlock the chunk and continue to the spot. And this is the spot where he met his maker. So let's dig here. And that's the decapitated head. When we examine this decapitated head, we notice that the brain has rotted away, which is quite logical if it has been buried for a while. So we will need a new brain. Luckily for us, if we go back to Canifis, we can see here there's a pickled brain on the table. So let's just steal it with the kinetic grab. There we go. And if we combine them, then we have just a normal decapitated head. We currently have the head, but we don't have the body. So might as well look at this graveyard here to the east of the castle. So let's try to dig here. And the grave is empty. Let's dig on the other one. That's empty as well. This memorial does not budge. Okay. And then lastly, if we search this memorial, we can find there is a indentation in the shape of the star amulet we got. So let's just use it on the memorial, and now we can push the memorial and go down. There's a ladder a bit further on, but it's after a gate, and the gate is locked. We killed one of the creatures in the start of the cavern, which were all experiments, which gave us the cavern key, which then opens this gate, and then we can continue to the next part. The cave got us from this part here, this graveyard, up until the west side of the castle, where there is also some memorials and graves. So let's dig over here to see if we can find some body parts over here. And we do. We found a torso here. So now we need the limbs. In the next grave we got the arm, so only the legs left. And there we go, there's the legs. Now that we have all the body parts, let's go back to Dr. Frankenstein and give him his much needed dead body parts. After giving him the body part, he asked for some needle and thread, which we got with us to sew back the body parts together. So okay, let's give him that. The only thing that Dr. Frankenstein has to make the body into a living thing is lightning. For that we need to fix the lightning rod up top. But first of all we will need some supplies to be able to repair it. In the cupboard here in the shed outside we found a brush, a garden brush, but it's still too short to be a lightning rod. So let's take some canes now to use the garden cane on the garden brush to make it a bit longer, and another bit longer, and then we go. That should be long enough. Now to get up onto the roof to install it. Or not actually, we needed a brush to brush here the fireplace. And if we brush it, we get a lightning conductor mold. Time to make the actual lightning rod, I guess, with the silver bar we have here. One pit stop later to a furnace, we now have the conductor. And now to get actually up on the roof. Let's repair the lightning conductor, and that was pretty soon. That lightning immediately hits the conductor. So let's go back down and see if the experiment worked. Dr. Frankenstein here says that the experiment worked. The creature now is living, but he has no control over it. So now we have to go and kill it. Let's see. The doctor imprisoned the creature over here, so let's get in. Let's go up. And there we have Frankenstein's monster. We don't have an attack option, so let's just talk to it instead. Apparently Frankenstein's monster is actually, or was actually, Rologarth, Lord of the North Coast, the castle owner before Dr. Frankenstein, who was the castle doctor. Apparently Dr. Frankenstein isn't the good guy we thought he was. Well, kind of obvious if he asked us to go grave robbing, but now with the confirmations from Frankenstein's monster, we need to stop the doctor from doing his experiments. So let's go back and see how we can do that. The doctor doesn't want to stop after we talk to him, so let's maybe pickpocket him. And we get a ring of Karos and the end of the quest. So quite open-ended this quest here. For completing the quest we get 2 quest points, 1000 thieving experience and the ring here. After the quest we see that the Lord has come back down and the doctor is nowhere to be found. So I'm not really sure what happened there. But either way, that was the quest completed, Creature of Frankenstein. So that's another task done. And that means we can go back to our spreadsheet and pick another chunk. Our first quest in a long while. Creature of Frankenstein. Our 65th quest has now been completed, for a total of 205 landmass chunks unlocked now. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was the chunk west of Port Phasmatis in the Haunted Woods, and there's nothing really around it we haven't unlocked yet, so there's nothing really changing on the possibilities. Let's then see which chunk we are going to get next. Pick a chunk. And we get the Troll Stronghold. I'm now not actually sure if we can do the Troll Stronghold quest itself, because normally you need to go through this part and up to Trollheim and then into the Troll Stronghold. But there is a possibility to go through the entrance over here. So this might be an interesting thing to figure out. We're here at the Death Plateau or above it. And as we have this Troll Stronghold here, the entrance, the back entrance, let's see if we can climb these rocks. We need a good reason to go there, so we'll probably have to start the quest. So let's go back to Burtorp. Let's talk to Donald again here in the camp in Burtorp to see what he needs from us. In the last quest we had given Donald the knowledge of the secret path here to get to the Death Plateau without having to go to the more treacherous path over here. And while they were doing that attack, they actually met some resistance from the north side, so from over here. Within those fights, the son of the smith in the city here of Burtorp was captured by the trolls, and they couldn't free him before they took him all the way up to the troll stronghold. So we're pretty much going to have to get him back from the troll stronghold. And now if we try to do the same, we can climb over these rocks. The quest goes the other way around, but let's see if we can get in through the back entrance. Open the secret door. And you don't know how to open the secret door. So this is not a possibility. We would need this chunk as well as our newly unlocked chunk to be able to finish the quest. So time to look for another way to unlock our next chunk. With the last kill we did of a boss, the Crazy Archaeologist, we went up by 1 for the tasks completed. So we only need 2 more to get another chunk from that. If we check the Crazy Archaeologist, he has a fairly easy one to do, so not getting hit by his Rain of Knowledge attack. We could also do the second one to get the 10 kills, but as we don't have a teleport, I'd rather not. So for the other task, we'll go back to the Grotesque Guardians and we'll try to get a perfect Grotesque Guardian kill. We haven't succeeded in 6 kills yet, so let's hope it goes a bit better now. There we go. That's the second kill for some white berries and the I'd rather not learn. And that should be the combat achievement. I was looking at why we didn't get the perfect Grotesque Guardian skill, and apparently it is because we also can't have the prison attack twice, which is quite annoying as it is really difficult to do enough damage. We were fairly close the last kill here, so we might get it if we're a bit lucky, otherwise we will have to go to 25 kill count. There we go, done before dusk. We killed Dusk with only 1 prison attack. So we got a bit lucky on the damage, but for the perfect one we got damage from something else, so that's a bit of a shame we didn't get that one as well. But now we know that it is possible to get a perfect kill. With that combat task completed, we now are at 45 combat tasks completed in total. So that's another task that has been done. So let's go back to our spreadsheet and finish that task over there, and then see which chunk we are going to get. Our 9th combat achievement task, completing 45 tasks, has now been completed, and that brings us up to a total of 206 landmass chunks unlocked now. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was the Troll Stronghold, which now gives us an opportunity to unlock a snowy area to the north, which is currently inaccessible, and the mountain camp to the west, which is also inaccessible. So not too great chunks there. But unlocking Trollheim would now mean that we could do the entire quest, so that would be a good unlock now. But let's see what the chunk picker decides for us. Pick a chunk. And we get the chunk with the outpost. There's a quest here at the outpost and we can teleport here even though we don't have any other way of walking here. And we were waiting for the outpost for the Witch Haven quest as well. So this is a very interesting chunk. We just need to know where we would be teleported with the Necklace of Passage. I just looked up where we spawn with the Necklace of Passage here. if we go to the outpost, and apparently we get teleported in the chunk adjacent to it, which is fairly annoying. So we can unlock the outpost chunk, but we cannot actually get to the outpost. That's going to be all for this episode. We took a small risk going for the 2 crazy archaeologist kills, but both paid off to complete 2 tasks. Next week we will continue in our quest to unlock the entire map. Have a good one and see you all next week for more Chunkman progress.